I am no longer on Twitter. I deleted my account and I'm glad I did. But my wife is still on Twitter, and she told me that there's a guy now on Twitter who promotes the idea of Europeans originally being Neanderthals, which of course is perfectly correct. But the problem with his presentation is that he presents this as if this is something he has found out himself. And clearly it isn't. We can clearly see that he uses the blog by Marie Cachet called atala.something. Well, he just takes those ideas and present them as tweets and present them as his own. So, and he doesn't give any credit to Marie Cachet whatsoever. And Marie Cachet found this out. You know, her blog is from 2012, I think. So this is not something new. And she has been promoting this idea ever since, that we are actually the Neanderthals. So, why are people like that? I mean, they see something, they like it, and they present it as their own. I think that is terrible. And I see it here in this context with this Dutch guy who presents Neanderthals on Twitter. But I've seen it elsewhere too. I've seen it, this was a Norwegian guy who wrote a book where he presented the woman calendar. A theory by someone I cannot name here. And he presented it as if this was common knowledge. Not a single word of acknowledgement given to the guy who actually found out about this. Nothing. Very strange. Likewise, the same guy presents interpretation of myths that are clearly and absolutely and exclusively based on the theories by Marie Cachet again, that she presented in The Secret of the Sheba. And he pretends that this is common knowledge and that this is something his grandmother has told him, something like that. And this is 100% incorrect. This is something he has learned from Marie Cachet, and exclusively from Marie Cachet. She found out about that, nobody else. We also see some other authors who publish books with interpretations of myths, and they all use The Secret of the Sheba as their basis, but they don't really give the author of that book much credit for it. Again, very dishonest. Why? I don't get it. And when I see this, it makes me think about Tesla and Edison, for example, because from what I remember, there were some discussions in that context regarding whether or not Edison had stolen ideas from Tesla and so forth. And I wonder how many great men, people we learn about in history, were actually just this kind of people. Because quite often you have some very good ideas, and these ideas are taken by someone well-known or someone popular, and they are popularized by these people, and they pretend it's their own ideas, so they become well-known for it. Very dishonest, but it seems as if this is much more common than at least I believed to be true before. So in any case, I just want to record my testimony here. And I want to make it clear that the idea that we are the Neanderthals and the evidence presented on Twitter by that Dutch guy is by Marie Cachet. It's not his ideas, it's not his conclusion. He didn't do the research, Marie Cachet did. So, and I know that, and I know many others know it too. And I want to say it out loud in public, because I think that is the right thing to do. Likewise, we know, those of you who have read The Secret of the She-Bear, that it is a groundbreaking book. And when you see interpretations of myths that make sense, it's because of that book. And I say that in this context because I anticipate now that they have concluded Europeans are the Neanderthals, the next step will be to investigate what was their religion like, right? And this is where The Secret of the She-Bear comes in, because Marie Cachet already found out about that too. So again, I want to give a testimony here to the world, so that everybody can know that this is certainly not something I found out, not something this Norwegian writer, not something certain Serbian writer, not something anybody else found out except Marie Cachet. This is her work. She should get the credit for discovering these things. She should get the credit for doing the groundbreaking work that led to this discovery. And in fact, I want to add that it saddens me to see how this works, because this is not something that we see our enemies do. This is not something we see the Jays do or someone else. This is something we see our own do. The people who steal our ideas and present them as their own, it's from our own group, our own people. So what are we really? Are we a people of thieves, of scammers, of rip-offs, of dishonorable scum? I hope not, but I don't know.